Let's do some makeup today. I am thinking full glam. And this gives me an opportunity to finally try out the Vanessa Myricks palette. This is the Groundwork Defining Neutrals, and this is what she looks like. So the day I am filming this, it is January 26th, and I actually got snowed in today, so I don't have work. Hopefully it's clear tomorrow. We'll have to see. So for the brows, I just did some brow gel and then a brow pen. Let's jump in with the MAC Stroby Dewy Skin Tint in the shade Light 1. So this is a little bit too light for an actual skin tint for me, and I find it is also very glowy. So with this, we are kind of using it as a primer. Like, good for you if you can get this to work as a skin tint for you, but I feel like the Tin Man right now mixed with a little bit of a disco ball. So that is why we are using this as a base product and not my actual foundation. But I will say, I do look hydrated and glowy, so that's good. Let's jump in with Huda Beauty Easy Blur foundation. I have the shade Shortbread 200B. Now this is full coverage. You don't need a lot of this. So I figured this would be great for a glam day. Plus, using this on top of that skin tint might be really pretty. Maybe it'll sheer it out a tiny bit too, because this is full coverage. Like, Huda does not play around when it comes to coverage. Okay, so yeah, it definitely thinned it out a little bit, but honestly, it is still really full coverage and really pretty. Now let's go in with the Kosas Revealer Concealer. I love this one. I did use this for my wedding, but I've had this forever and I need to use it up. And I am applying quite a bit of this. That is just how I do my concealer. Do whatever feels right for you. But when I am talking glam, I'm talking glam. This might be slightly too dark of a concealer right now, just because mixing that foundation and skin tint was very light for my actual face. So don't worry, we will fix this up. Just keep blending. I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to mix in a tiny bit of the skin tint and see if it helps line up underneath the eyes. Plus, I am gonna be going in with cream and powder bronzer. So that should also help, but this will help add a little more hydration underneath the eyes as well. I like that. So let's start with our creams. I'm going in with the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpting Stick in the shade Medium. I do have the little mini guy here, but trust me, this has lasted me quite some time. I think I got this back in June of last year, and I've used it a ton. And honestly, you can't tell because you don't need much of it. I am going in a little heavy-handed today just because that foundation situation is a little light, so we're gonna even things out. And this just blends in like butter. I do like to take a brush to it, and you can tell it's already helping warm up the face quite nicely. But we also have the powder bronzer to go on top. To fix up the nose contour a little bit, I am going to really wipe off my concealer applicator here and gently do my highlighting with this. It's kind of a reverse contouring, and honestly, it works out beautifully. For cream blush, I'm feeling Melt, and this is in the shade Honey Thief. This is probably my favorite Melt blush, honestly. It is just such a beautiful peachy pinky color, and she is super pigmented, if you could not tell. So we are going to go ahead, add some of this on, and then we'll set the face. To set the face, I'm using my Wet n Wild loose setting powder here. You guys know I'm trying to use this one up because I've had it for a while and it's less than halfway full. So might as well use this one up because I have a lot of setting powders. If you did not see my makeup collection video for 2026, definitely check that out and you will see how many setting powders I have. All right, now before we move on to eyes, let's go ahead and finish up the cheeks. I have the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Perfector in medium. And this is where you have like the highlighter, the setting powder, and the bronzer all in one. And you just swirl these together and apply it to where you want to bronze up. I will say with this product, one, it is a more lightweight kind of buildable product, but also there is so much fallout. It is unreal. So be aware of that if you go in and you try this. It does have a lot of fallout. So definitely kick off the excess on your brush, because if not, you're gonna regret it. Trust me. Now for powder blush, let's use House Labs. I have Pomelo Peach. This is just a beautiful peachy shade. And I feel like it's gonna go with Honey Thief really, really well. Now, this is highly pigmented, so you don't need much of this at all. It's so pretty. For highlighter, of course, we're going in with the Benefit Cookie Highlighter. You guys already know. And now we are definitely glowing to the gods. Now, let's go ahead and use this CoverGirl Nourishing Milk Spray. This just kind of helps melt in all your powder steps, so it doesn't look so powdery and makeup-y on your face. It looks a little more skin-like. We did some black pencil liner. Let's go in with the eyeshadow palette now. Again, this is what we have to work with. So these bigger pans are like a pomade, and then the smaller pans are powder. I've never worked with a pomade eyeshadow. I've had cream, I've had liquid, I've had powders. Pomade, not exactly. I did swatch this one, and it feels pretty powdery in my opinion, but let's figure out a look. I also have used the Sonia G brush already. I have used it once, but I do want to continue trying to use it. So I think we're gonna go ahead and try to set up this look using the shade Desert, which is this shade, and I am gonna go in with the pomade formula, and we're just going to put this in the crease. Okay, so it definitely feels like a powder. Now let's go in with a little bit of the shade Sculpted, which is this one. And I'm gonna start with this on the outer corner here. That is actually really nice, and there's no fallout with these. I was reading on the back about their pomade formula. It's supposed to be a velvet pomade hybrid formula, shapes, fills, and defines all areas of the face without fallout. So far, that seems to be pretty true. There is no fallout, and there's not even cake up in the pan at all. So far, I'm impressed. Yeah, so far, I really am enjoying this. I am going to take a little bit of that same shade and start buffing out this lower lash line. Now, I feel like a lid shade is going to be very interesting because the only shimmer I am seeing is like this gunmetal-y shade here, which, don't get me wrong, I really want to try this shade, but we're going to save that for a different look. I do want to do a full smoky eye with this and use this, but for today, we're going glam. We're not going smoky. Let's do Sandstone, but let's take the lighter powder shade here since we haven't used any of the powders just yet, only the pomade formula. There is a tiny bit of cake up in this. Oh, but it is pigmented and very smooth. Now, of course, I am me, and we have to try out this black shade down here in the pomade formula. So I'm just going to grab, oh, this one is a lot creamier. Can you see the indentation in that? And I'm barely pressing into it. Does that mean the other shades are dried out, or I don't know. I don't know. But we are going to start smoking this out on the upper lash line, and I am going to smudge out this bottom liner a little bit more using the shade as well. Did she get a little more smoky and sexier than I initially planned for? Yes, but when you give me a good black formula, things happen. So this is very creamy, very blendable, and it's so easy to smoke out. I'm kind of here for it, and I love the smoky sexiness, kind of messy vibe of it. Again, this formula is different than the other pomade ones because you can see where I use my finger. It's just a swipe. It's not indented at all. This black, it is full on indented, which is weird because even where I use the brush on the other shades, it's not like that. I don't know. Let's go ahead and set this down real quick and then I'll finish up the eyes. I'm using the Milk Makeup Pore Clip Setting Spray. Now I am going to pull out my liquid liner. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do exactly with this. I know I want to do my inner corner. I don't know if I want to add like a secondary wing out here or not. We'll see. And then I am going to pull out my eyelash curler and mascara. I'll be right back. Now for the lip combo, these are products I've had in my collection for a while and haven't tried. This is the CoverGirl Outlast Lip Stain in the shade Iconic Darling. This is a really pretty like rosy brown. And then we have the L'Oreal Hyaluronic Tint Lip Stain Serum and Worth It. So I think these are going to look really pretty together. Now I am going to go over to TikTok and do a video on this lip combo just because I haven't filmed over there in a while. So check that out. I'm sorry if you can hear that background noise, but this lip combo is good, but it's not what I was expecting. I think the lip liner stain situation here kind of mixed with this because this is definitely a lighter stain. So I don't know. It's still pretty though, so we'll go with it. Also, the bangs are kind of a mess. I have not styled them in days, so we're just going to ignore it, but I am very pleased with this full glam moment. I feel more like myself because I haven't done makeup in quite a few days now, so this is definitely an improvement for me. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you like any kind of beauty content, makeup tutorials, that's what I do over here, so definitely like and subscribe before you leave, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.